Hey everyone, Michael Pickens here, CEO of Packcrest Botanicals. I wanted to talk to you today about the difference between high CBD RSO, Rick Simpson oil, and then high THC RSO, and some of the other extraction types. So most CBD companies, either they use an isolate or they use a distillate. An isolate is basically the CBD that's been extracted and distilled down into a powder. So it's like 99.9% CBD. It doesn't have any of the other cannabinoids. It doesn't have any terpenes at all. It's just CBD in its purest form. Then there's distillate, which usually they use a CO2 extraction process or an ethanol extraction process. And in that process, it removes any of the phytocannabinoids and the natural terpenes with the plant and leaves a golden colored oil, right? And then you have RSO, which is an alcohol extraction. A gentleman named Rick Simpson is the one who created it. And the RSO, the reason why I like that so much is because it leaves a lot of the phytocannabinoids and it leaves in the natural terpenes that are in the plant as well that all work synergistically. Now, the the reason why companies will use the isolate or the distillate over the RSO is the RSO is difficult to make versus the distillate and the isolate, which are a lot easier and they're higher concentrated. So the distillate is normally between 80 and 90% CBD. The isolate's 99.9% CBD. It's easier to use, whereas the RSO is along the lines of 60-65% CBD. So you have to use a lot more of it to get the higher levels of CBD, which is okay for us. We don't mind doing that. We have a higher quality product anyways. Now, let's get to the difference between a high CBD RSO and a high THC RSO. So the high CBD RSOs, it's from more of a hemp plant, which the strains have higher levels of CBD versus higher levels of THC. And the CBD provides more of the medicinal benefits, whereas the THC provides more of the high or the stoned feeling, right? The psychoactive effects. Now, for me and for other people and patients as well, they may not want that stoned feeling. I've taken some high THC RSO and I took about a quarter gram, and let me tell you what, I was stoned for about 2 days. You can ask Danielle about that. You can't really function. You definitely can't drive. There's not much you can do on that. So one of the reasons why we like the high CBD RSO is that we can help patients. They can still go throughout their day. They could still interact with friends and family and go on appointments and do everything that they need to do to continue on their lives, and they're getting the medicinal benefits along with it. So that's one of the reasons. The other reason why we use a high CBD RSO is the legality behind it, because we're able to send this all across the country, whereas the high THC RSO, you're really only able to get it in states that have recreational cannabis, because definitely surpasses the 0.3% THC limit, Delta 9 THC limit that's federally recognized. So those are the main differences. We are having some amazing results coming from our 10,000 milligram and our 7,000 milligram high CBD RSO tinctures. So one thing you have to understand is that we sell a RSO that's in a syringe, which is just straight RSO, and then we also have our tinctures, which are easier to take. All of our bottles come with graduated droppers for precise dosing, and it's mixed with organic MCT oil with added limonene and humulene in it as well, which also have anti-cancer properties. There was a study, December 2019, humulene inhibits hepatocellular carcinoma cell formation and induces cancer cell death. Limonene acts mainly as tumor regression-induced cell death and is a promising natural product for the treatment of several types of cancer. We have a ton of studies listed in this rack card here, and there's even more. We're working on creating a more informational website where people can go and see all the studies. But however, regardless of the scientific studies, the people who are using these tinctures are having amazing results, not just with cancer, but with epilepsy and some other things. as well. And for those cancer patients that are going through chemotherapy and radiation, this tincture is helping to mitigate some of the negative side effects of the chemotherapy and radiation. One woman, I'm not going to name names, she asked that it be kept private, but she's going through her second round of chemotherapy and radiation. Her cancer was in remission. It came back. This time, her hair is not falling out. She doesn't have nausea or diarrhea. Her energy levels are way up. So for those who are still going through chemo and radiation, this is definitely something that they can take. So anyways, I'm super excited about this tincture. I'm super excited about the progress that we've had over the past year. When it was in pre-development, and now that we've launched it, we're seeing so many great responses and testimonials come in. So if you know of anyone with cancer, please share this with them. Looking forward to helping them out as well. Thank you.